What was the most wow moment of Tom to you?
Motorcycle off a cliff.
Just he's fearless.
Canopy! Yes!
Regret suggestions I have made to Tom.
不可能的任务系列俨然变成阿汤哥的玩命关头，每一集都要上演惊心动魄、来真的让人紧张爆炸、手心冒汗的特技，而且一集绝对不止吓你一次。
Oh my god!
I'm not an easy man to impress. When I saw Tom doing the helicopter stunts, I was impressed.
看过阿汤哥亲自上阵，再看那些电脑合成的电影就回不去了。而迈入第7集《致命清算》第1章，能让大家瞠目结舌、超惊呆的又是哪一幕呢？
Watching Tom do what he does on the big screen is one thing, but it's whole other experience watching him doing all that in person. What was the most wow, incredible moment of him to you this time?
Day one of filming, watching him motorcycle off a cliff. That was day one, and we were in Norway, and being able to watch him do that and watch him do that multiple times.
I remember watching him do the motorcycle cliff jump in Norway, and it was incredible. He did it, I think, maybe 7 times in a row in front of us, maybe 8 times, and it was insane.
You know, having done hundreds and hundreds of skydiving jumps, 10,000 motocross jumps, in preparation for that, and understanding the engineering of building out a ramp to a certain height and certain distance, which he would have to drive off so that he didn't get caught up in the motorbike or the parachute. You know, the technical, the precision that went into something like that was truly, it was so humbling to watch.
Because he would just drive off the ramp and then jump. And then we'd be like, oh, and like, is he gonna open the parachute? What's gonna happen? And then someone would yell, "Canopy!" and we're like all like, "Yes!" And it was amazing. And then he would do it again. So yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, that day was amazing, and also it's when you start to realize that the power of Tom is he's fearless.
Yeah.
So fear doesn't emanate from him. You know, he just has such courage. Whereas most people, I think, will get to the end and be like, "Turn around!"
Yes.
What exactly was on your mind when Tom finally made the jump on location for the very first time?
When he made the jump for the very first time and it worked, I was thinking, thank God that's over. I'm just grateful that that's over. And then, of course, Tom wanted to do it again.
I think I can hold to the bike a little longer.
Of course, I should have seen that coming. And we did it a total of 8 times. And I was very relieved when it was behind us. It was quite something.
Obviously, the cliff jump is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and that was very technical, very dangerous. It was very extreme, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, he puts his life on the line for his movies because he's dedicated his life to delighting his audience, and he does it so beautifully.
So which one was the one you used in the film?
I actually think it was the 4th time. Eddie Hamilton, our editor, would have to check with me. It was the 4th time that we did it because the clouds were just perfect. There was this mist, and all of them were really sensational. And it was a little bit of an embarrassment of riches. They were all great in their own way, and it was tough to pick just one.
But there was like also this time that we were doing this scene together, and at some point he was like jumping over the how do you say, a fence or something? No, you know, like, and then he does a tug. No, and then like he sprints, you know, in Venice. It was really amazing. He did that so many times in a row too.
So many times.
And he didn't need to sprint in each shot, but he would do it anyway.
So after wrapping that scene, did you guys celebrate? And what did you guys do? Or more meetings?
We went right back to work. We had a schedule to keep. We had a big movie to make, and we tend to not pat ourselves on the back too much. We get something done like that, we're just grateful that it worked out, that everybody is safe, and then we're on to the next thing.
在大荧幕上，影迷看到了阿汤哥如此拼命，如此认真，究竟私底下的他是什么模样呢？和他朝夕相处的演员，还有已经合作8部电影，接下来还要继续拍下去的导演，应该略懂吧。
You've been on this journey with Tom for 5 missions and counting. What was the craziest thing you ever done within offset? I heard you went swimming with sharks.
Yeah, well, we've always, I mean, Tom's lovely. Like, you know, he'll hire out a go-kart racing place, or I remember in Morocco we went zip lining. In South Africa we went to swim with sharks, which was really fun. It's always fun being around Tom, whether we're on set or off set. You know, it's always an adventure to be around him. It's yeah, there's been some fun times.
What was the best thing you learned from Tom?
Oh man, you want me to sum all the lessons up into one best thing?
No, I think the thing about Tom is a one of one. There's nobody else like him, in other words. And I think his generosity is what you learn a lot about him. As an actor, as a producer, as a human being, and we're not just saying this, he's been so good to Tarzan, he's been so good to me. But you learn about just that generosity and how you watch him dealing with people. And I mean, I really took that away from it.
I'm gonna steal his answer, and he's gonna be generous enough to lend it to me, okay?
And have you ever said no to Tom, and what was the most recent, oh, please don't, to him?
No, I don't say no. In fact, we don't say no to each other. Even if we don't necessarily agree with the other person's idea, we try everything. And there's a great trust in that if something doesn't work, we're not going to chase it. We're not going to, there's no pride of authorship, there's no ego. You try something, if it worked, great. If it didn't, it didn't work, and there's no shame in that. And I never have to say no to Tom. I do definitely sometimes regret suggestions I have made to Tom, like when he is on a motorcycle about to jump off a cliff. I'm starting to wonder if that was a good idea.
That's a good idea for us, for our audience.
当然，一向慷慨出了名的他，每年圣诞节都会准时送合作伙伴的阿汤哥蛋糕，电影杀青礼物也都一次比一次厉害。
Yes, there it is. That was from Tom, and I think we can exclusively reveal, if I take it off, that on the back it says Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, and that was a gift after shooting from TC.
那这一次呢？
And did you get a wrapping gift from Tom, or are you finally on the Tom's holiday cake list?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how many you got?
I've gotten a few. Shucks, we've done a lot of years on movies together, so I've gotten at least like 6.
Ooh.
Yeah. You see, all 6 of them right here. Didn't share.
I was expecting to see what memorabilia or wrapping gift Tom gave you this time.
Well, we kind of haven't entirely wrapped yet, you know, because obviously this is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. So I'm expecting at least a Porsche when we get to the end of the second one. You better be watching, Cruz.
I'm expecting that too.